Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The amount that can be contained. The gas tank has a capacity of 12 gallons. An electrical phenomenon whereby an electric charge is stored. The susceptibility of something to a particular treatment. The power to learn or retain knowledge. In law, the ability to understand the facts and significance of your behavior. A specified function. He was employed in the capacity of director. Capability to perform or produce. Among his gifts is his capacity for true altruism. Computer science, the amount of information, in bytes, that can be stored on a disk drive. The capacity of a hard disk drive is usually expressed in megabytes. The maximum production possible. The plant is working at 80% capacity. Tolerance for alcohol. He had drunk beyond his capacity. The state of being contented with your situation in life. He relaxed in sleepy contentedness. The amount that can be contained. What a communication that is about something is about. Satisfied or showing satisfaction with things as they are. A contented smile. The sum or range of what has been perceived, discovered, or learned. Something, a person or object or scene, selected by an artist or photographer for graphic representation. Usually plural, everything that is included in a collection and that is held or included in something. He emptied the contents of his pockets. Make content. I am contented. Satisfy in a limited way. He contented himself with 1 glass of beer per day. The proportion of a substance that is contained in a mixture or alloy, etc. An electrical phenomenon whereby an electric charge is stored. An electrical device characterized by its capacity to store an electric charge. An electrical phenomenon whereby an electric charge is stored. The quality of being capable, physically or intellectually or legally. He worked to the limits of his capability. An aptitude that may be developed. The susceptibility of something to a particular treatment. The capability of a metal to be fused. The power to learn or retain knowledge. In law, the ability to understand the facts and significance of your behavior. Physical objects consisting of a number of pages bound together. The property of something that is great in magnitude. The volume of exports. The magnitude of sound, usually in a specified direction. The kids played their music at full volume. A publication that is one of a set of several similar publications. The 3rd volume was missing. A relative amount. Mix 1 volume of the solution with 10 volumes of water. The amount of 3-dimensional space occupied by an object. The gas expanded to twice its original volume. A physical phenomenon involving electricity. The state of being susceptible, easily affected. The state of being susceptible, easily affected. Energy made available by the flow of electric charge through a conductor. The power went out around midnight. Of a government or government official, holding an office means being in power. During his first year in power. A state powerful enough to influence events throughout the world. A mathematical notation indicating the number of times a quantity is multiplied by itself. A very wealthy or powerful businessman. Possession of the qualities, especially mental qualities, required to do something or get something done. Danger heightened his powers of discrimination. Possession of controlling influence. The deterrent power of nuclear weapons. One possessing or exercising power or influence or authority. The mysterious presence of an evil power. Physical strength. Physics. The rate of doing work, measured in watts, equals joule per second. Supply the force or power for the functioning of. The gasoline powers the engines. Possession of the qualities, especially mental qualities, required to do something or get something done. The quality of being able to perform. A quality that permits or facilitates achievement or accomplishment. A job in an organization. The actions and activities assigned to or required or expected of a person or group. Professional or clerical workers in an office. The whole office was late the morning of the blizzard. Of a government or government official, holding an office means being in power. Being in office already gives a candidate a great advantage. Place of business where professional or clerical duties are performed. He rented an office in the new building. An administrative unit of government. A religious rite or service prescribed by ecclesiastical authorities. The offices of the Mass. The actions and activities assigned to or required or expected of a person or group. The function of a teacher. Perform as expected when applied. Mathematics. A mathematical relation such that each element of a given set, the domain of the function, is associated with an element of another set, the range of the function. A vaguely specified social event. A seemingly endless round of social functions. Serve a purpose, role, or function. The table functions as a desk. What something is used for. The function of an auger is to bore holes. A set sequence of steps, part of larger computer program. Perform duties attached to a particular office or place or function. A formal or official social gathering or ceremony. It was a black tie function. A relation such that one thing is dependent on another. Height as a function of age. The actions and activities assigned to or required or expected of a person or group. Play its role. What something is used for. An actor's portrayal of someone in a play. Normal or customary activity of a person in a particular social setting. What is your role on the team? The effort contributed by a person in bringing about a result. The actions and activities assigned to or required or expected of a person or group. The government must do its part. To some extent, in some degree, not wholly. I felt partly to blame. Assets belonging to or due to or contributed by an individual person or group. A portion of a natural object. They analyzed the river into 3 parts. Something less than the whole of a human artifact. The rear part of the house. One of the portions into which something is regarded as divided and which together constitute a whole. The written part of the exam. discontinue an association or relation, go different ways. The business partners broke over a tax question. The melody carried by a particular voice or instrument in polyphonic music. He tried to sing the tenor part. Force, take, or pull apart. Moses parted the Red Sea. An item that is an instance of some type. My dog swallowed a Lego part. A line of scalp that can be seen when sections of hair are combed in opposite directions. His part was right in the middle. Leave. The extended spatial location of something. Religions in all parts of the world. Go one's own way. Move apart. The friends separated after the party. Something determined in relation to something that includes it. He wanted to feel a part of something bigger than himself. An actor's portrayal of someone in a play. She played the part of Desdemona. Come apart. That which concerns a person with regard to a particular role or situation. It requires vigilance on our part. The quality of being capable, physically or intellectually or legally. An aptitude that may be developed. An estimated quantity. An artifact that has been created by someone or some process. They export most of their agricultural production. The quantity of something, as a commodity, that is created, usually within a given period of time. Production was up in the second quarter. A display that is exaggerated or unduly complicated. She tends to make a big production out of nothing. A presentation for the stage or screen or radio or television. Have you seen the new production of Hamlet? Economics, manufacturing or mining or growing something, usually in large quantities, for sale. He introduced more efficient methods of production. Law, the act of exhibiting in a court of law. The appellate court demanded the production of all documents. The act or process of producing something. Shakespeare's production of poetry was enormous. The creation of value or wealth by producing goods and services. A disposition to allow freedom of choice and behavior. A permissible difference, allowing some freedom to move within limits. The act of tolerating something. The power or capacity of an organism to tolerate unfavorable environmental conditions. Willingness to recognize and respect the beliefs or practices of others. The maximum amount of air that can be exhaled after a maximum inhalation, usually tested with a spirometer, used to determine the condition of lung tissue. An organic process that takes place in the body. Respiratory activity. The state of being active. His sphere of activity. The trait of being active, moving or acting rapidly and energetically. The level of activity declines with age. A process existing in or produced by nature, rather than by the intent of human beings. Volcanic activity. Any specific behavior. They avoided all recreational activity. Chemistry, the capacity of a substance to take part in a chemical reaction. Catalytic activity. An electrical device that resists the flow of electrical current. A secret group organized to overthrow a government or occupation force. The action of opposing something that you disapprove or disagree with. he encountered a general feeling of resistance from many citizens. Medicine, the condition in which an organism can resist disease. A material's opposition to the flow of electric current, measured in ohms. Any mechanical force that tends to retard or oppose motion. Group action in opposition to those in power. Psychiatry, an unwillingness to bring repressed feelings into conscious awareness. The capacity of an organism to defend itself against harmful environmental agents. These trees are widely planted because of their resistance to salt and smog. The degree of unresponsiveness of a disease-causing microorganism to antibiotics or other drugs, as in penicillin-resistant bacteria. The military action of resisting the enemy's advance. The enemy offered little resistance. The act of predicting, as by reasoning about the future. Seeing ahead, knowing in advance, foreseeing. The power to foresee the future. A prophetic vision, as in a dream. The power to foresee the future. Computer science, the total number of bytes on a disk including the space that will be required to format it. Computer science, the usable capacity of a disk drive. The amount of space that is left after the sector headings and boundary definitions and timing information have been added by formatting the disk. The procedure of calculating. Determining something by mathematical or logical methods. The branch of engineering science that studies, with the aid of computers, computable processes and structures. The branch of engineering science that studies, with the aid of computers, computable processes and structures.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.